If you have...
It's just, Maggie was my friend too. Not only that, she was my sister. It's hard to be back here. This beach, this town, just so many memories. I miss her so much. Sir, can't you see my problem? Mama, she doesn't understand. She thinks that I am the problem, that I am being selfish, thinking that I'm the only one who misses Maggie. Well, she just... Mama. I know she misses Maggie too. Being here is hard for all of us. And today, me trying to talk to her, I told her how I know I deserve her love too. And that even though we all miss Maggie terribly, she can't just give up on me. Of course, she'd just come retorting back at me saying, "You don't deserve anything right now, Mary. Can't you see my baby, she's gone. And you think you're so important, Mary. Just leave. Just go." Yeah, sure, Mama. Just cast me aside. It's not like I met her anyway. No, of course not. Not my feelings. Oh, yeah, and she still thinks I'm being selfish. That I'm only thinking of Maggie. Only thinking about myself. Well, that's just wrong. I'm not. I don't think so. I guess I could. I guess no. Maggie's dead, and all Mama can say to me is that I'm selfish. And no, you know what, Mary? You are being selfish. Just stop. Maggie isn't there this time.
End of scene.
So good. Oh, did one of you already cancel the spotlight? What does that mean? Nope.
Wait, what happened?
Awesome. Okay, beautiful job, Lily. Maddie, who is gonna go next, my friend?
Yeah, I think it makes most sense to do Calvin's next. It's exciting. Lily's thing's running out of battery, so we're gonna do the ones that Lily's in first. So here we go. Calvin's piece is starts on page 24.
So anyone who's in Calvin's piece, keep your video on or off as you pop in. Everyone else, turn off your video and your sound. Again, to our participants who are new to Zoom, you can click on someone whose video is not showing up, who's muted their video. You can click the ... in the upper right-hand corner, and that will click hide non-video participant, and that's how you'll just see our actors.
So we should just see Wyatt. Wyatt, are you here?
Yeah, I'm on an iPad, so when I go to the docs, my camera turns off.
That's okay. We'll hear your beautiful voice. It'll be awesome.
Great. Okay. And then Pi, are you here?
Here. The same thing as Wyatt.
Oh, okay. All right, here we go.
The Codes by Calvin Foster. Kevin, a black cat wearing a full-length tie, sits on a table. On the table is a walkie-talkie. Avalanche and Landslide walk on from opposite sides of the stage.
Welcome, Avalanche and Landslide. Come, sit.
Avalanche and Landslide sit at opposite ends of the table.
I'm sure you're wondering why I've gathered you here today. As you know, our operation has been discovered. I've narrowed it down, and you two are the only ones who know the codes and could have leaked them. Now, I must find out which of you it was. Avalanche, what's your alibi?
Look, boss, I didn't tell a soul, I swear. It was him. I can prove it. You only told me yesterday, and I had guard duty the whole night.
Oh, is that right? I notice you've conveniently left out the fact that you left your host to get a snack from the vending machine for just the right amount of time to give someone waiting outside the codes.
Well, you knew the codes for weeks before I did. Who knows what scheming you could have done by now? And you have a history of sharing secret information by accident just a few days after learning it. Say, Who was it that leaked the location of our base? Who was it that left their key to enter said base in a McDonald's? Who showed the blueprints for the apple in a picture he posted on Facebook for all to see?
It was an accident. I didn't realize they were showing the reflection.
All right, calm down. Landslide, what is your alibi?
Well, I knew the codes for a long time, and I can't exactly have an alibi for that long, but, Avalanche found the codes the day before they were leaked. Doesn't that seem a little suspicious? And another thing, he used to work for the other side. How do we know he isn't a mole?
Well, I never. You think I haven't changed? What about all those times I saved your life on missions? I thought we were friends.
All
right. I've heard enough. You may leave.
But, boss, who do you think it was?
That is none of your business. Now go.
But,
Go!
Avalanche and Landslide exit. Kevin picks up the walkie-talkie.
All right, we're good to go. They don't suspect a thing.
Kevin puts down the walkie-talkie, lies down, and goes to sleep. The end.
Yay! Yay, yay, yay. And for those of you that didn't catch that, that piece was by our friend Calvin, who invented Kevin the Cat, and Landslide and Avalanche are best friends. Yay, Calvin. All right, Maddie, who is next?
Yeah, the last piece that Lily is featured in is Fins on page 10.
All right, if you are in Finn scenes.
So we should have Thomas, Lily, Thomas, Finn, Marsden, and Liv.
Awesome. And just for our audience out there, just so you know, Finn has written a couple of scenes from a full-length play. So you're getting two scenes that aren't necessarily like one happens and then there's some time, there's some other scenes in between the next scene that you're going to hear. So just be aware that you're getting kind of little snippets of a full-length play that she has yet to finish, but we're very excited about. So excited. Liv, can you confirm that you're ready? Perfect.
Literally, yep, I'm ready. Okay. Every time.
And do you want to turn on your video because it's right now you're a lizard?
It's fine.
Okay.
Untitled by Finn Gilbert. Scene 1. Brent and Isla are seen crouching behind a bush.
Do you really think this will work? When have I ever failed you?
Well, there's that time at lunch, and that time at the bake sale.
Brent claps his hand over Isla's mouth. They stare at June and Kat, who have walked over to the Foursquare court.
Marsden, you're muted.
Okay, is that better?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we need to practice the corner hitting.
I'll go to square two.
Kat and June start practicing Foursquare. 10 minutes later, nothing new has happened.
Thanks for helping me practice, June.
No problem.
June exits stage. Isla and Brent glance at each other.
That was a fail.
Who's there?
Kat walks over to the bushes. Isla and Brent scrunch into the bush, not daring to breathe. Kat decides no one is there and goes into the house.
Phew, that was close.
It's also a waste of time.
Isla and Brett exchange a meaningful blackout. Scene 4. Ooh. We see Isla and Brent in the hallway. Tyler comes next to them.
Kate Pam. Who would have thought of all the people, Kate?
Ty, what are you talking about?
Wait, haven't you heard? Whoa, I thought everyone knew by lunch. Anyways, Kate stayed at the Foursquare clean. She didn't let anything go by her for the whole recess.
And that's impressive?
Very. There are some hardcore Foursquare players here. I myself identify as one of them.
The cat got you out, and everyone else out? Yeesh, that's crazy.
Yeah, especially for a newbie. Well, see you peeps in science.
Tyler exits screen.
I wonder how she's doing it as a newbie.
Probably just practicing hard.
Continue walking into math class. Coop walks over to them urgently.
There you are. I need your help.
Brent and Isla look curiously at each other and then at Coop.
You know we're not in your crew, right?
Yep, I gave them the week off, so I need you to.
No thanks. We don't want to be part of your crew. We're not going to get involved with the sketchy people. No offense.
Come on, it's just this once.
All right, Coop. Tell us what the deal is.
So, Kate Patel, she's on the court, but she can't just be having a good streak. I've seen her. She knows how to play. She has to have a motive or something. You two are going to find that out.
You don't need to know everything, Coop.
What?
And you need us to do it for you? Why can't you just do it yourself?
Because I'm too popular. Some people track my every move. You two are just average. No one really asks you if they have plans, but no one completely ignores you, right?
He has a point.
But I don't know if I want to be involved in that stuff.
Violet, don't you want to know why Kaz's so good?
Guess.
So you'll do it? Great. Meet me by the bike racks right after school's done.
Coop exits immediately. Isla looks at Brent, worried.
What did we just get ourselves into?
The end.
Yeah! Yay! Nice job, Finn. What an awesome piece. And the fun thing about that piece too that I forgot to mention is that Finn originally wrote it where the first scene where the two kids are hiding in the bushes would happen like towards the middle of the play. And then we kind of were talking about it and we're like, what if that's actually the first scene of the play and then everything else is a flashback to like how they got to the bushes kind of thing. So that was what we were toying with time, which is super awesome. All right. Maddie, who do we get to see next?
Yeah, I think it's perfect timing because I think Lily's iPad just died. Okay, so we could just go to the top, which is, oh wait, did she come back on her phone?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, perfect, because she makes a tiny little cameo at the top of Thomas's, which is the very first play on the document.
Perfect. Lily, do you still want to have your cameo? Are you able to cameo with your phone?
Yeah. I just can't see the script, but I know the part.
Perfect. You know the part. I think everyone will know the part in a second.
So we should see.
Go ahead, Maddie.
Yeah, we should see Thomas, Pi, Finn, Amelia, Wyatt, Mindy.
And this piece is by Thomas Baya.
Criminal on the Run by Thomas Baya. Scene 1. When the scene begins, we see Bob and Ava. Bob eats Ava's arm. We hear police sirens. Bob jumps out the kitchen window. As Bob is jumping out of the window, the police officer shows up.
This is Officer Wallaby. I need backup on Old Mill Street. We got a runner heading west on Cherry Street.
Blackout. Scene 2. When the scene begins, we see a river. Next to the river is a hill. Bob comes running down the hill full speed. Then Bob jumps into the river. The police then run down the hill not too far behind him. The police jump into the river. Bob starts to swim fast upstream. The police follow him up the river. While Bob is in the river, he is having to dodge things left and right. After about an hour, Bob looks behind him to see that the police are not there. Bob gets out of the water and sits down under a tree. Just when he thinks he's in the clear, a police helicopter lands.
Hold it. Put your hands behind your head. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in court.
Bob gets up and starts to run, but the police have surrounded him. Officer Wallaby shoves him to the ground and arrests him. Blackout. Scene 3. When the scene begins, we see a courtroom. Bob walks in. He has handcuffs on. Officer Wallaby walks in behind Bob. Another police officer walks in.
Please stand for the Honorable Judge Walker.
Judge Walker enters the stage.
Now you may all be seated.
Mr. Thomason, please approach the bench.
Bob gets up and walks over to the bench.
My first question is, why did you do it?
The real reason why I think I ate the person is because of a mental thing. Growing up, I was taught always to shove my feelings down rather than saying them. I know it's not an acceptable reason, nor do it make what I did right, but that is my reason for why I ate my wife.
Silence in the room.
25 years in jail, no bail.
Judge hits his gavel, then leaves the room. Bob is led out of the room in handcuffs. Blackout. Scene 4. When the scene begins, Bob is being led into his jail cell. Once he is inside, Officer Wallaby takes off his handcuffs, then shuts the jail door behind him and leaves. Bob goes to sleep. The next morning, Bob is awakened by the sound of Officer Wallaby opening the door of his cell.
Look alive, Thomason. You have company.
Police officer steps aside, revealing another criminal. This person has a nose ring and a snake tattoo. The police officer throws the other criminal into the jail cell, then locks the door. There is a moment of silence.
Hey, what is your name?
There is another moment of silence. Snake starts to talk. As Snake talks, Bob slowly backs up.
My name is Snake, and from this moment on, I am in charge here. You do what I say. Now, I have saved the most important rule for last. Never talk to me unless I talk to you first. Do I make myself clear?
Moment of silence.
I said, do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir.
At this point, Bob has his back pressed against the corner of upstage left. He is shaking with fear. Snake then goes to the downstage right corner and proceeds to sit down. Bob will then proceed to do his whole monologue, shaking with fear.
I have to find a way out of here. I mean, what other choice do I have? I can't spend the next 25 years of my life in this jail cell with Snake. Snake will eat me alive. Being eaten alive was definitely not on my bucket list, so I must escape. But how?
Bob looks around and spots a window.
After the guards do the final check of the night and everyone has gone home for the day, I'll climb out the window ledge, wiggle my body through the window, and jump down.
13 hours later, Officer Wallaby walks by with a flashlight. Then he proceeds to check every jail cell. After he is done, he leaves. Then Bob climbs up to the window ledge where he wriggles himself out of the window and jumps down. Blackout. Scene 5. When the scene begins, we see a river. It is the next day. We see Bob floating by. Pedestrian Joe, who is fishing, jumped off over his boat and grabs Bob. Then he pulls Bob onto his boat.
Are you okay?
You saved me. You saved me.
It was the very least that I could do. I could not leave you to drown. Now, how could I? Besides, I would hope that you would have done the same if it had been me in the water and you on the boat instead.
Bob looked around the boat. He spots a Star Wars doll.
Are you a fan of Star Wars?
Only the biggest.
No way. There's no one that's a bigger fan of Star Wars than me.
Blackout. Scene 6. When the scene begins, we see a bar. Bob and Joe are each drinking a beer. They are having a good time.
Man, come on. That was the best Star Wars movie. I can't believe that you hated Empire Strikes Back. But like, the Clone War?
The officer shows up.
Are you Bob Thomason?
That depends. Who's asking?
I'm a police officer. You're under arrest for breaking out of jail.
Blackout. Scene 7. When the scene begins, Bob is being shoved into another cell by a police officer. The police officer then leaves.
I could stay here in jail and not get in trouble, or I could try to escape.
Bob looks around and notices that the cell is really dirty.
I have to escape. There's no way I can survive 25 years here. I'll go insane. But how to escape? That's the real question.
Bob looks up and sees a window. Then he looks around to make sure no one is looking. He then proceeds to climb out of the window. As he is climbing out of the window, a police officer comes by.
You, come back here.
The police officer grabs his radio.
This is Officer Smith. I need backup. We got a runner heading east towards downtown.
The police officer chases after him. Blackout. Scene 8. When the scene begins, we see the other side of the window and Bob climbing out. There are police helicopters and police cars everywhere.
Surrender and we will not shoot.
Never.
The police start shooting at Bob. Bob is running away, dodging bullets left and right. All of a sudden, a pineapple from a nearby tree falls on Bob's head and knocks him out. End of play.
Woo! Yay! Yay! Woo! Good job, Thomas's play. What a wild and wacky adventure for Thomas to go, or for Bob to go on. As I'm sure you can all imagine, Bob was a favorite name of the week. Big fans of the name Bob for characters. Awesome. Maddie, who's next?
Yeah. On page 7, we have Mindy's monologue, the alien invasion. So we have Calvin on stage directions and Mindy reading it herself.
The Alien Invasion by Mindy Skates. This woman just witnessed an alien attack and is explaining what she experienced to a police officer.
Well, I was just walking home from work. I don't know what was happening, but people started floating and everyone was screaming and running. Everything was illuminated in a strange green light. I looked up and saw a circular ship. It was like one of those ships that you see in alien movies, like a flying saucer or something. I don't know what it was, but it was like beaming people up to the ship. I just ran away as fast as I could. I didn't look back or notice much else. I just ran. The people around me started floating away, and my feet lifted off the ground, so I was running in the air. The ground below me got further away. I was about 4 feet off the ground when there was a big blast from somewhere above and I fell. I don't remember anything after that. I'm sorry. I don't know if that was much help. I have no idea what that was. Nothing like that has ever happened to me before. It couldn't have been a movie film, not a tornado, maybe an exotic helicopter, but, oh no. Maybe, well, it's really silly. I mean, it probably wasn't. Those things just don't exist. But, well, if I were to guess, I would say it was some sort of invasion, like an alien invasion, but that's impossible. I mean, right?
Yay, Mindy! Woo!
Woo!
So good! Woo, woo, woo! Mindy, I hadn't heard the exotic helicopter line yet. Love that addition. I think that's an awesome line. I was delighted by that. All right, Maddie, who's next?
Yeah. Next we have Wyatt's piece. with Calvin and Amelia, and I'll read stage directions.
Perfect.
All right, Calvin, Amelia, are you ready? Okay.
Yes.
Page 8.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. When a Hitchhiker Finds Love by Wyatt Bromage. Scene 1. Marco, driving, singing rock and roll all night, looks to side of road, sees something, pulls over, rolls down window.
Hey, buddy, I just need to ride to the next town. Can you give me a lift?
Sure, hop in.
Thanks.
Relieved, gets in car, silence.
So, you from around here?
Yeah, I used to work at the car dealership up the road, but I quit recently.
Oh, that's cool.
So where are you going?
Well, as a matter of fact, I also don't have a job. I left my mean boss in that tiny little cubicle so I can go to Hawaii and swim with the dolphins.
Sweet. Do you happen to have any origami paper?
What does that have to do with dolphins?
Nothing. I was just wondering.
So anyways, I was thinking that after I swim with the dolphins, I might buy myself a yacht. What do you think?
I don't know. How much is in your bank account?
Oh, probably enough. And besides, if I can't, I can just dip into my kids' college funds. That's okay, right?
Oh, I'm sure it's fine.
Right?
Right.
So tell me more about yourself.
Well.
Lights fade. 2 hours later, Marco and David are practically in hysterics. They are laughing so hard.
And then, I'm not kidding, he yells, "All hail Dale the Rooster," and dive bombs off the roof into the kiddie pool full of Jell-O.
That's insane. And then what happened?
I honestly don't remember. But seriously, do you got any origami paper?
What for?
No reason.
Oh, come on. Spill the beans already.
Fine. Well, you see, I kind of got a problem. I guess you could say I'm a little, maybe, kind of addicted to origami.
Sorry, what?
Please don't make me say it again.
Me too.
Dude, we're meant to be together.
The end.
Yeah! We laugh. So great. Awesome. And I want to point out too that Wyatt wrote that most recent version of the play, and he's been working on it for the past couple of days, but it originally was actually a scene that Wyatt and Amelia collaborated and wrote together based on an image of two people sitting in a car, like laughing and singing along. So that was Wyatt's piece, but also Amelia was a big part of creating that scene in the first place too. Collaborative writing. All right, Maddie, who is next?
Yeah, we have Henry and Marsden's piece on page 12 with Henry Marsden, and Zoe will be reading stage directions. Do we all have it?
1 sec. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys ready? Great. Mean Off at the Museum by Marsden Shetterly and Henry Trowbridge. A museum guard, Bobbert, looks at a painting. The painting moves.
Living painting.
Of course, we can all move.
Really?
Yeah, but the ones painting before 1562 can't.
That's really cool.
I know.
Hey, you have a dog. So do I.
My dog is so cute, isn't she?
Yeah, but mine's cute too.
Right. But it's really ugly.
Well, you are the ugliest picture I've ever seen. The painter who painted you should not be allowed to paint any more pictures because you are so hideous. It makes me want to vomit. I don't understand why some painters paint such bad paintings. Paintings need to be good. If paintings aren't good, they aren't good. So far, this museum has had terrible paintings on display, but you're far worse than all the rest. You are just the absolute worst painting I've ever seen. I hate bad paintings. What is the point of a bad painting? Absolutely nothing. I'm not guarding this exhibit ever again.
Well, that's a plus. You're not so pretty looking yourself.
But I wasn't created just for my beauty.
And you definitely weren't created to be a good person either.
I'm going to my boss to complain.
I'm sure they'll believe a complaint about a talking painting.
Well, so what? It's still a complaint.
When they come, I'll freeze up and go back to being my beautiful self.
That's impossible because you were never beautiful. And if you freeze up, you'll be in big trouble.
I won't be in trouble because the curator won't believe I was ever moving. How many times do I have to explain this?
Never, ever again. I'm done with you.
I'd rather get stolen than talk to you again.
That can be arranged.
End of scene. Woo!
Yay!
I haven't heard the new ending. I love the new ending, team. It's awesome. Nice work. It's awesome. Made, tell us what's next.
Nelson's piece, which is on page 14, with Marsden, Henry, Thomas, Wyatt, Calvin, and Nelson on stage directions.
Woo!
Do we have everyone?
Yeah.
The Dolphin Apocalypse. Act 1, Scene 1. Bob wakes up.
Sure is nice living in Florida. I can't remember the last time I woke up to the sound of dolphin trips.
Wait, we shouldn't have dolphins in Florida.
Huh?
We're not in the middle of the city.
I meant, who are you? This is my apartment.
Oh, about that.
Bob raises an eyebrow.
You're being evicted a month. This will be mine.
What? How could you possibly know that?
I have my ways.
Pineapple falls through ceiling.
Duck and cover!
Joe throws himself under the bed.
What?
Explosion sounds begin, followed by a large splat.
Well, that's the end of that.
Bob's head slides down wall. Dolphin laughter. Joe runs outside to find the streets covered in dolphins. These are cardboard cutouts, each one carrying a weapon. Dolphin spots Joe, throws a knife at him.
Uh-oh, one more hit like that and I'm dead.
Joe pulls out sandwich.
Chewing noises.
Joe begins to look less and less in pain.
Thank you, healing sandwich.
The civilian crawls over to Joe, clearly in pain. Joe points a half-eaten sandwich at the civilian.
You want some of the sandwich?
Yes.
Too bad!
Dolphin Parade walks over to civilian. Joe spins and walks away.
I'll eat my legs if I die to those dolphins.
End scene. Act 1, Scene 2. Joe enters with mustache. A man with a very large mustache and elbow. A man with a humongous swollen elbow.
Why are these dolphins revolting?
I don't know.
I have lived here in Florida for 738 years, and I have learned there's no such thing as impossible.
So, you let them out of the zoo because you thought they were cute and they were bitten by radioactive alligators, which turned them into yetis, and they were hunted by humans and shot with tranquilizers, which turned them back into frogs, and then the crocodile mutation from before made them into dolphins?
Precisely, my good fellow.
No, that's not how it happens.
Sure.
Let's just drop the subject.
So, you said you needed me for what again?
A meal, backup.
If you say so, but it's a bit suspicious.
Wait, when did you get ears? You're a mustache, remember?
Ha, that's hilarious.
Elbow and mustache are teleported next to a ravine and proceed to fall off the cliff into a pool of radioactive frogs, which turns them into alligator dolphins.
Dang, there goes my lunch.
Joe gets shot by a dolphin. A caterpillar crawls out from the wound. It is evident that it was a bullet that it is evident that it was the bullet that was fired from the gun.
Wait, is that a caterpillar?
I have a name. It's Butterfly.
I always wanted to be shot by a celebrity.
The end.
Yeah!
Woo!
Nelson, what a wild ride that is. There's some new stuff in there that I haven't heard yet. That was awesome. Yay, yay, yay. All right, who's up next?
We have Amelia's piece on page 18 with Amelia, Henry, Pi, and Hannah. You're reading the stage directions.
You bet I am. Everybody ready?
Yeah. 1 second, sorry.
I realize, should I be reading who everybody's playing?
Yeah, I'll do that for this one now.
Great.
Probably.
Great.
You want to make your video, Maddie? There you go. Okay. Amelia, are you ready?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Okay. A Word Away by Amelia Connor McCoy. Old Man will be played by Amelia. Mike is played by Henry. Kat is played by Pi, and I'll be reading the stage directions. Scene 1. Lights come up on a sparsely decorated bedroom. Simple furniture, plain colors, cold lighting. A rocking chair is placed downstage center. An old man holding a notebook and pencil walks in. He sits in the chair slowly, sighs.
A chair near a window is sometimes my only refuge. Soft light for my eyes, soft wood for my fingers. A world outside begging to be watched, not lived in.
Sees something outside the window. The window is the edge of the stage. The world is the audience. He watches intently as something passes by his window, studying, then begins to write. He writes for a period of time, then puts his pencil down, picks up his notebook, and reads.
The young man was dressed plainly in a green coat and black winter hat. But he himself wasn't plain at all. He limped slightly, favoring his right leg, and glanced around with shady, distrusting eyes that appeared to be expecting trouble around every turn. Solitude has been a friend of mine for a long time. Like a pacifier, a young child relies on to sleep, but I rely on solitude to survive. Oh. Like a pacifier, a young child relies on. I will never understand the world, but I understand watching it. Why would I never want to be alone?
End of scene. Scene 2. Lights fade to black. Scene change to kitchen. A woman in her early 30s sits at the kitchen table. A box of photos sits next to her. She's staring intently at one photo in her hand. Her husband, a sweet, silly, and laid-back kind of guy, walks in holding a bag of groceries.
Hey.
He kisses her and sets his groceries down.
I'm back. I thought you were getting the old bag down from the attic. What did you find?
Distracted, hasn't looked at him yet. Still staring at the photo.
Pictures from Mom's house.
Putting away groceries.
Of who?
I think my father.
She turns to look at him.
I thought your mom didn't have any pictures of him. She burned them when he left.
She did say that, but look at how he's holding her. And Mike, I really look like him.
He leans over her shoulder and looks at the photo.
Wow, you have a point. That's definitely your schnoz.
Shut up. So maybe we don't have the same nose, but look at the shape of his forehead, his smile.
I don't know, babe. I just don't see it.
He goes back to his groceries.
Is there anything on the back of the picture?
It says, me and Dan, 1984, but it's not in my mom's handwriting. And what do you mean, you just don't see it?
Look, you look a lot like your mom, Kat, so maybe he could be your father. But I'm just thinking, what does a picture change? The man ditched you and your mom 30 years ago, and he never looked back. Even if you could track this guy down, Do you really think he would want to be found?
Mike, it doesn't matter what he wants.
But is this what you want?
Kat opens her mouth but says nothing. The lights fade on them looking at each other, unsure. Kat still holding the photo. End of scene. Yay! Woo! Nice job, Amelia and actors. Woo, woo, woo! All right, Maddie, what's next?
Yeah, we have Pie's piece.
Perfect.
With Pie as Timmy and Henry reading stage directions. Perfect. On page 20. Do we have it?
Yeah. I'm ready. Happily stranded by Pie Crosby. Timmy is paid by Pie. One person, Timmy, is stranded on a desert island. Timmy is sleeping against a palm tree. A coconut falls in the sand next to him, and he wakes up.
Still stranded, it appears. The days grow to months, and the months grow to years. From time to time, I see boats pass by. They wave, I wave, we all share a high. You may ask why I never call for help, call for leave. It's simply because I'm the king here, or so I believe.
Timmy rises and begins to pace around the island.
I was a loner, an outcast. The best thing that ever happened to me was the crack in that mast.
Timmy sits back down, sighing. The end.
This is something that Indy is doing with her.
Nice job.
Yay!
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Maddie, I'll stop asking you who's next. You can just.
We have one more. Last one.
Yeah.
Is Liv's piece. Page 21, channeling Grumpy Cat Part 1 with Mindy as Carly, Finn as Mom, and Liv as Cat, and Hannah is reading the stage directions. Is everyone here?
Liv, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Perfect.
Okay. Whenever you guys are ready.
Channeling Grumpy Cat, Part 1 by Liv Walsh.
Carly, have you fed the cat yet?
No, she hasn't. Good catch, Human Mom. I jump up on the bed. My girl Carly is reading a book. I don't know what it is. Cats can't read.
No. Carly, are you trying to starve that poor animal?
Yeah, Carly. Are you trying to starve me?
No, I'll feed her right now.
Good girl.
Cat gets off the bed and fills the bowl. Oh, Carly gets off the bed and fills the bowl. She pets the cat and the cat purrs with delight.
Oh yes, the itchy spot. I love my girl.
Sorry, baby. You're probably hungry, huh?
Yes, Carly, I am.
I promise I'll feed you on time tomorrow.
You said that last night, and the night before, and Monday night. This is why cats don't make promises. Humans shouldn't either. They never keep them anyway, so what's the point?
For your dinner.
Carly walks away. Cat goes over to the food bowl and examines the contents.
Tuna, salmon, chicken. This is a good night. I eat quickly, drink some milk, then lie down in front of a fire. I'm soon asleep. This is a good life. End scene.
End of scene. Yay! Liv! Grumpy Cat.
Woo!
Woo, woo, woo. Okay, that was our last piece. So if everybody, all of our audience members, family, friends, etc., if you want to come back on video. Yay, video. Oh, hello, Skates family. You're all there. Hi. So exciting. Coming back on video if you can. Amazing. Okay, and I just want to do, if we could all, I know Zoom is going to hate this and you're only going to hear like seconds of it, but if you want to unmute yourselves and just give all of our actors a round of applause and give them like a woo, woo, woo moment. Yay, actors and playwrights. minutes over, and I'm going to keep the campers just for another probably 10 or 15 minutes after you all go. Let me know if that's a problem for anyone. But I just want to give our audience a quick minute. Do any of you have anything that you would just like to celebrate? We offer affirmations to each other after we hear each other's pieces. Is there anything that any of our audience members would like to say before we send you off to do our final goodbye with the campers?
We'll just come in on this.
You can do it just by raising your hand because I have to scroll through because there's so many.
Yeah.
Not seeing any hands. Is that true? Oh, beautiful. Jackie Bromage.
Just everyone did a great job, and we thank you so much for performing for us. It was awesome.
Thank you so much for this. It was great.
Yay! I'm so glad. Wyatt's like, shh, don't talk.
I know. That's all we'll say.
Anyone else want to embarrass their playwright? Yes, Ellen, please. I'm ready.
I just think you guys were terrific. I had a wonderful afternoon. I'm Lily West's grandmother.
Yay! Hi,
Great
Lily
job.
West's grandmother. Hello,
Great
hello. I've got a hand from the skates over there. Go ahead.
Hey, thank you so much. It was so wonderful. Mindy, you did such a great job. We're so proud of you, and we're so happy to be doing this from 1,000 miles away. Yay!
Yes, our Alabama friends. Yay!
Thank you very much, Hannah.
Thank you. Anybody else want to add anything from our audience?
Good job, everybody.
Oh, I got Kathy Simmons.
I'm not actually Kathy Simmons, but I am using her computer. I'm Pi's dad. I just wanted to say it's so impressive to hear everybody's voice, and I wish you all a ton of luck continuing to write in the future, and really look forward to hearing everything you have to say as you go along. It's wonderful to hear all your writing. Really, really love it. Thank you so much for giving them that opportunity.
Thank you so much, Pi's dad. Thank you, thank you.
How do I just...
Emily, was that a hand?
Yeah, we're just. Oh God, the echo. Look, you gotta mute us, buddy. Where? I just turn off the volume. Turn it off. We're just telling you all how much we loved all of it, Playwrights, and the variety was amazing. I mean, it was like a mini festival. So thank you. It was awesome.
Absolutely. Yeah. That was one of the things that Monica said when she came. She was like, I'm so impressed by the fact that you all had the same prompts, and like, how did we turn it into such diverse pieces of writing? So I love that comment. Thank you. Chris Riemann, go ahead.
Hi, Hannah. Congratulations to all the actors. I thought you guys were fantastic, and especially for being persistent under challenging acting conditions, I would think, where you have to keep waiting and waiting and waiting and muting and unmuting. So great job.
Thank you so much, Chris. Yeah, absolutely. Nina, go ahead.
Sorry, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. I just wanted to say I'm so impressed, and I just think you guys are all so brave, and it's so fun to see the creativity and all the different takes on everything. And thank you so much to everyone who guided them through this. It's been a great week for Henry, and we love you guys. Thank you.
Thanks, Nina. You're so awesome.
Go ahead.
Hi, from Liv's family in New Jersey. We just want to say thank you so much. This is the best thing we've done all week at the beach.
Yay! Oh, I'm so glad. Thanks for tuning in from New Jersey. Welcome.
It was great. Thank you. Really loved it.
I'm so glad. Thank you. Thank you. Awesome. Okay, I think we got all the parents and family comments, unless I'm missing a hand, but I don't think I am. Awesome. So let's give our playwrights one more round of applause. And families and audience members, I'm going to ask you all to exit the Zoom room. And if it's okay with you, I'm going to keep your campers for just another like 10 minutes or so to say a final goodbye. Thank you all so much for being here.
Thank you.
Goodbye, goodbye.
Bye.
You're all splendid. Hey, awesome job. You all rock so much. That was so fabulous and fun and specific and awesome, fabulous storytelling. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Julianne.
Bye.
You did it.
Yay!
That was amazing.
You did it.